4 pharmacy design tips from arcshelving.com.
Tip number one is about prioritizing workflow efficiency, right? So you want to make sure that there's a logical flow throughout the back end of the pharmacy, and that's going to be heavily dependent on what the pharmacist is looking for, right? So you want to make sure that there's a good process and a good flow from receiving medications to dispensing medications. You also want to make sure you've got a clear pathway, right? So from storage, preparation to verification, all those areas in between, you want to make sure that there's a clear pathway and that it makes sense and that there's a good flow to it, right? Tip number two is going to be about making sure that you're flexible to accommodate changes in your business, right? So you want to use a shelving system where you can adjust the height of your shelves, both on the front end and on the back end of your pharmacy, right? You want to be able to move the shelves up and down or remove trays and move them around or add to your current system. Tip number three is that you want to optimize your customer and your staff interactions, right? So what that means is on the back end of your pharmacy, making sure that you've got a dedicated space for your pharmacy staff to go to take a break, to sit down, right? In a pharmacy, nobody's sitting down anymore, okay? You're always on your feet, you're moving around constantly, you're running around, okay? Create an area for them to go so that they can sit down, relax, get away from their work for a few minutes, have a bottle of water, and just chill, okay? On the front end, it's getting more and more important for pharmacies to have that consultation area, right? So pharmacies are giving out vaccines now and all kinds of other things, right? So you want to make sure that you've got a space for them to go to where they're not out in the middle of the public and they can sit down and they can have an honest conversation with you in private. Tip number four is going to be about considering safety and compliance, right? So a lot of this is going to depend on your municipality or on your state, okay? But there's a couple things that are on the federal side, okay? Making sure that your iOS are ADA compliant, making sure that all of your drugs and your narcotics are locked up and not in an area where they can get to, making sure that your pharmacy safe is correctly rated for the type of schedules that you've got in there. All of those things matter, and they make a huge difference when it comes to your inspections from the pharmacy board.